Do you want to run faster? Do you want the explosive power to jump higher and change direction in an instant? The answer is simple. Train plyometrics 1 to 2 times per week. Box jumps, depth jumps, and bounding. Why does it work? This slide explains everything. The moment your muscles are rapidly stretched, the stretch-shortening cycle begins. The SSC, the muscle tendon complex, stores elastic energy, then explosively releases it in the very next moment. This mechanism dramatically amplifies power output. It's the same principle as a spring being compressed and then snapping back. Your muscle tendon unit functions as a natural spring. What are the long-term results? Vertical jump improves by several inches and under the right conditions by more than 10%. Sprinting, change of direction, every explosive movement reaches an entirely different level. This is a fact proven by decades of exercise physiology and biomechanics research. This is not a hypothesis. This is a scientifically established mechanism, and this is achievable 1 to 2 times per week with at least 48 hours of rest between sessions. Start with box jumps and progressively increase the load. This is how your explosive power transforms. Today, let me show you the scientific foundation behind this. Let's understand the core of plyometrics, the SSC, the stretch-shortening cycle. This physiological process governs everything about explosive power. Phase 1, the eccentric phase. The moment the muscle is stretched, the muscle tendon complex accumulates energy. The Achilles tendon, the patellar tendon, every tendon throughout your body becomes a reservoir of elastic energy. Phase 2, the amortization phase. This is the moment of transition from stretch to contraction. This is the most critical phase. The faster this transition occurs, the more stored energy is preserved rather than lost. Conversely, a slow transition causes that energy to dissipate as heat. Phase 3, the concentric phase. The stored energy is released explosively, like compressing a spring and letting it go all at once. That's exactly the sensation. But it's not just about shortening the transition time. Pre-activation, tendon stiffness, and form optimization. When these 3 elements combine, the effectiveness of the SSC is maximized. Why can a counter-movement jump reach greater heights than a jump without a counter-movement? That's the SSC in action. When elastic energy and neural mechanisms combine, your body generates power beyond simple muscle contraction. After the SSC, let's look at the neural mechanisms. What's happening in your spinal cord the moment you land? The stretch reflex. When a muscle is rapidly elongated, sensory receptors called muscle spindles send out a signal. That signal reaches the spinal cord, and a command for muscle contraction returns in a matter of just tens of milliseconds. It's an ultra-fast reflex that bypasses the brain entirely. This reflex further amplifies the effects of the SSC. Then there's the question of fast-twitch fiber recruitment. In plyometrics, the instantaneous high-load and high-speed movement powerfully recruit high-threshold motor units. This is the biggest difference from weight training. Of course, heavy loads in weight training can also recruit high-threshold motor units. However, plyometrics tends to more specifically induce adaptations to the phase of short ground contact time and high power output under the SSC. Beyond that, neural rate coding improves as well. The frequency at which the nervous system sends commands to the muscles, the firing rate, increases. The same muscles can contract faster and with greater force. Stretch reflex, fast-twitch fiber recruitment, and rate coding. All of these are simultaneously enhanced through plyometrics. That is why explosive power can be trained. Now let's look at the data. What results does plyometric training actually produce? The first effect, improvements in vertical jump. Meta-analyses have demonstrated an average improvement of 4 to 9%. In measured terms, that's several inches, and under the right conditions, an improvement exceeding 10%. Those with less training experience tend to see greater initial gains. Basketball players, volleyball players, every jump-based athlete chases exactly this data. The second effect, improvements in sprinting and change of direction. Plyometrics reduces ground contact time. Shorter ground contact time means you can take your next step faster. At the same time, the increased propulsive force from the SSC drives up speed. Change of direction follows the same principle. By maximizing SSC utilization at the moment of cut, agility improves. And then there is the third effect. This is the one most people overlook: the positive impact on bone density. The impact force of landing stimulates osteoblasts. Research reports that bone formation is promoted, contributing to the maintenance and improvement of bone density. The degree of increase varies by site, age, and duration of the intervention, but this is a particularly significant effect for growing youth and those concerned about bone density. You gain explosive power while your bones are being protected at the same time. Training designed for athletes is also contributing to your long-term health span. So how do you put this into practice? Let me show you how to progressively introduce 3 core exercises. Stage 1. Box jumps. Start with a lower box height. The goal is not the height of the box. It's mastering landing mechanics. Don't let your knees cave inward. Don't land on your heels. Land through the balls of your feet, bending the knees and hips to absorb the impact like a spring. This soft landing is the foundation of all plyometric training. When do you move to the next stage? It's not about weeks or a set time frame. You progress only when you can consistently land with solid form and when your body has demonstrated the capacity to handle that volume of ground contacts. This standard is the only principle for continuing plyometrics safely. Stage 2. Bounding. Continuous horizontal leaps. Left, right, left, right. Keep bounding with large strides. What you're training here is the reduction of ground contact time. You're conditioning the nervous system to switch the SSC instantaneously at the moment of contact. Stage 3. Depth jumps. This is the highest intensity exercise. Step off a box, and the instant you land, immediately jump to maximum height. This is the exercise that puts the stretch to contraction transition under the ultimate test. Only after confirmed full adaptation from the previous 2 stages do you advance here. Don't rush. Hold the standard. The majority of plyometric injuries occur when athletes progress to high intensity before they are ready. Let me talk about the most important rules in plyometric training. 1 to 2 times per week. At least 48 hours of rest between sessions. Why is that much rest necessary? Because high-intensity plyometrics places enormous stress not just on muscles, but on the tendons and the entire neuromuscular system. Especially after high-intensity sessions, sufficient recovery time is essential, and NSCA guidelines also recommend intervals of 48 hours or more. It's important to adjust flexibly based on your level of fatigue. Managing total volume is also critical. Manage your total volume not by how many reps, but by ground contact count. Beginners start with a low number of ground contacts, then gradually increase as the body's adaptation is confirmed. There's one more thing you need to know about injury risk management. Knee valgus, the knee caving inward on landing, is commonly cited and is indeed a risk factor. However, the ACL injury mechanism does not end there. Hip movement, core stability, foot alignment, and the entire kinetic chain during deceleration are all complexly involved. So landing practice is not just about being conscious of the knees. You develop the sense of controlling your entire body, from your feet through your core. Furthermore, recent research indicates that incorporating neuromuscular training into warm-ups, combining jump landing drills with hip strengthening exercises, may reduce the risk of serious injuries such as ACL tears. For younger athletes in particular, this preventative approach is critically important. The correct frequency, appropriate volume management, and the development of full-body neuromuscular control. These are the principles for using plyometrics safely and effectively. Now, let's organize today's key takeaways. Here's your summary for today. First, explosive power can be explained by science. The stretch-shortening cycle stores and releases elastic energy. The stretch reflex accelerates the nervous system, and fast-twitch fiber recruitment and rate coding are simultaneously enhanced. When these 4 mechanisms combine, power beyond simple muscle contraction is generated. Second, progressive introduction and full-body neuromuscular control determine everything about safety. Using consistent landing form and tolerance to ground contact volume as your progression criteria, advance from box jumps to depth jumps. Developing control of the entire body, including the hips and core, not just the knees, is the greatest injury prevention strategy. Third, training 1 to 2 times per week with 48 or more hours of recovery is the foundation of sustained performance improvement. The load on the neuromuscular system and tendons is substantial. By securing adequate recovery, your body steadily adapts, and your explosive power will reliably grow. Do you currently feel like you've hit a ceiling in your sports performance? Or are you thinking you'll start by trying box jumps first? Share your strategy in the comments below. Thanks for investing in your performance today. Explosive power is not a talent. It's something anyone can develop through scientifically designed training. On this channel, we continue to break down the science of the human body and health optimization, grounded entirely in evidence. Not emotion, but science. Not trends, but research findings. All to bring your body to its highest state. Subscribe and turn on notifications to be the first to receive the next scientific discovery. Until next time.